War. Huh. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. War. Huh. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely. All right, so here's what we're doing. Today, I'm gonna release a little bit of stress, animosity, a little frustration about stereo shops and suppliers slash manufacturers and what they do wrong that, in my opinion, is very fixable and what they can get right. Pay attention, listen, because you might be affected by this. You may not want to go through this, so this advice might help you out on what to look out for. Or, you know, you guys might just be feeling my pain, you know? So let's get into it. Yo!
Man, these cars are crazy. Did you see that?
Stereo shops. Why do stereo shops always try to sell you merchandise? They always try to be like, oh no, this is top of the line. And it sucks because you go into a place maybe wanting a certain type of sound, a certain type of system. You listen to certain styles and certain types of music. That also matters when you're dealing with subwoofers, door speakers, head units. You're putting together a system, and that's what it is. It's a system, so everything comes together beautifully. So when you're driving, when you're riding, when you have people in your vehicle, you're able to have a musical experience that you enjoy. Now, they might want to try to sell you, you know what I mean, some $150, $75, $200 amp, subwoofer, whatever. Now it's crazy, when it comes to systems, the most expensive part, if you're doing it right, is usually like the amp. You know what I mean? You can get door speakers, you can get all the equipment, but it doesn't run properly without that amplifier. And that's where they get you. But don't try to upsell me on equipment just so you guys can get it off the shelf. If I'm asking for advice, if I'm telling you, you know what, I like rock music, I like music that has like a double kick drum that do-do-do-do, real aggressive and quick. If I like deep bass, where people can hear me down the street, where I can feel it go through my body, or if I like listen to classical music, jazz, you know what I mean, whatever it may be, point me in the right direction, because I'm gonna be spending my money to get the right equipment to be able to be happy. And you guys are getting my money, but they always wanna try to upsell you on equipment that you don't know about, and later on when you get it, you actually start looking it up because you're happy and you're either not fully satisfied, or you found out from other people, hey man, why'd you get that? Or these two don't match up. Or that's the bottom of the barrel head unit. You should have upgraded and spent a little bit more money, but you know what, you didn't know. Part of that is at fault of the stereo shop, pretty much trying to make money off of you. Like I said, and it's the same common theme with all these different people, and that's why I get so frustrated. But it's also hard to talk to your friends and ask other people for advice, because they can tell you different brands, different models, but how do you really know unless you do it yourself and you're able to listen to the finished product? So anybody knows me knows that all of my vehicles, all of them, even if it's the bucket, I'm 6'8". I used to drive around a PT Cruiser all day. No, real talk. I used to drive around a PT Cruiser, limo tinted all the windows, and had stupid beat. I didn't want people seeing what I was doing, and I wanted to enjoy my music while I drive. I'm in a PT Cruiser, I ain't going fast. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting to where I gotta go. But there's been a couple of times where me switching systems out, my Suburbans, Papa Smurf, my lowrider, I've been surprised. Where all of a sudden you get there, you start playing music, and boom, you're like, damn. But I'm the type of person where I like to have too much than not enough. I'd rather have too much bass. I would love to have that rather than I can't go past this point because I'm gonna start blowing something out or it's already maxed out. That's that. With stereo shops, with the wiring, they give you small wiring. A lot of times with the bigger wiring, almost like, yeah, that look weird. Don't tell nobody else. With wiring, think of it as a milkshake. You go to In-N-Out, get a milkshake. You're not gonna be able to drink that thick milkshake through like a coffee stir. You need a nice size straw to be able to drink the milkshake efficiently. That's the same way systems are with wiring. You need to have nice, big wires so all that power can flow through from the battery, from the alternator, from the amps, from the subwoofer, for the speakers. You want power to be flowing where it needs to be and not struggling. But a lot of these stereo shops skimp out on the wiring so they can save money, which means if you don't have the proper wiring, it's not gonna sound properly, you're not gonna get the full performance. I hate it, I hate it. And a lot of people, when things aren't working right, you're gonna go somewhere else. And they look at it and they're like, dude, I don't know how your vehicle is not on fire. Look at how they wired this. This shouldn't be touching this. This negative and positive are connected. Over here, this wire's cut. If any metal would touch it, it's gonna start sparking. You find out all these things, you know? Oh, I'm getting frustrated just talking about this. You know what, here's this. I'll end it like this. Last thing, ordering parts. Why is it such a headache? If I'm looking online or if I go into a shop and I say, look, I need this exhaust for this vehicle. I need this part for whatever it may be. Why is it that they either tell you that it's not available, right? We can order it, but it's gonna take close to 2 months or so for you to get it, or a couple weeks. I'll say it like this, I'll say a couple weeks ain't bad, but I've been told it's on back order for 4 months. It's on back order for 6 months. You know, you're gonna have to wait about 3. How? If your company is in business to sell parts, sell it. But where you're getting it from, they are in business to make parts. So make them. If there's a demand for something, make it. What the hell? Their business is to make stuff and sell it. Your business is to sell whatever you get. My part that I play in this is I'm a purchaser. I'm trying to buy this. I want to be happy. You want to stay in business. The manufacturer wants to stay in business. It seems so simple, but yet nobody can get it right. Nobody can get it right. Well, guess what? You're so happy. Got this box, got my parts. You open it, it's the wrong part. That's why when you see certain vehicles that are custom or that are just super clean, just know you have no idea the headache and the stress and the time that it takes just to get things right. And it's not always your fault, it's theirs. It's the painters, it's the body shop, it's the stereo shop. And then that's if everything works right the first time. If any one of those places messes up, you're gonna have to not only find another place, but that new place is gonna have to fix what the first place messed up on. It's frustrating, and that's why it's admirable to look at certain pieces of art and beauty on wheels. I mean, we all know about people that seem like this person was working on that car ever since I was a child, and it's still not done. I don't know, I'll say this. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but to me it seems very simple. But if I was to have my own company, if there's a need for demand, that means there's a need for me to supply, and everybody's happy. I'm making money, you're happy, you're finishing your builds, everybody wins. Either they aren't running their companies the right way, a lot of people don't respect you and they'll take your money, a lot of people that claim that they're professionals aren't. It's a crapshoot, man, and I don't get it. And just being involved and around the automotive industry and just, you know what I mean, car culture, nothing ever seems to go right. And something could be nice and pretty and beautiful just sitting there. You go to a show, go to an event, you're in awe. Out of nowhere, this car catches fire, radiator leak. One thing you'll see in almost all these custom cars is a fire extinguisher. It's for a reason. Because at any point in time, something can go wrong when everything professionally done should be going right. I'm gonna get into another video about my car and what's going on with that and the frustration that I have with that. But for the most part, thank you for letting me vent. If it's your first time showing up, sorry about my frustration, but welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for showing up again. And I think I'm gonna start giving more personal information of myself to you guys. I'm gonna start showing some more of my personal builds. I need to tap back into that, you know what I mean, to show you guys. But thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you also follow me on Instagram at Import Life Media. Appreciate you guys, and do your best not to get frustrated like me. I'll let you guys.